Hey everyone, welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. I got another great guest tonight. Before we get to her, I'm going to read the underwriters and then we'll start the show. We got Auto Country in Abington, king of the used car. We got Justine's Dancewear and Gymnastics, the largest selection on the South Shore in Easton at the Mariachi Plaza. We got Anna's Pizzeria also at Easton in the Mariachi Plaza, 620 Washington Street. We got Randolph Famous Pizza at 408 Center Street in Randolph. They deliver, and so does the Anna's Pizzeria. And we got Chino Sushi Bar and Grill in also Southeastern at 620 Washington Street. We got MDI Automotive in Whitman, home of the fully certified used car. We got What's the Scoop in Randolph. Randolph Ice Cream open all year round. And we got Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Company, the corporate office, and have stores and locations in Abington, Hanson, Hanover, Pembroke, Weymouth, and Whitman. And now, thank you all, and some new ones too, and now we will start the show. Here we go. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. There's a soaker out there, but for winter, I'll take it any time. We had a blast of snow a couple of days ago, and that's all gone now. We got flooding and we got trees down, but we also got heat in here. Another great, beautiful guest, young lady here. I haven't had a woman on in a while, and tonight we got a lovely model. This is Crystal Eastman. She from up in Maine. She came all the way down here to do the show tonight with me, and. So we're going to talk to her. We're going to find out what she's all about. She's obviously very artistic. All those beautiful tattoos on her left arm. That says a lot. I mean, I think tattoos say a lot about a person. They are who they are what's in your heart, basically. And speaking of heart, you got one right there.
That's right.
Well, Crystal, so you're a model, and you also have a line of remedies that you've created for people that have like. Orthopedic discomfort, is that correct?
Correct, and arthritis and different stuff like that. Like I have scoliosis and my grandfather has arthritis.
Okay.
He has a really bad time with his ankles and his feet.
Okay.
So I developed a cream that will help him and will help people like myself with pain. And it started off, I made it for my grandfather, I made it for myself.
Okay.
One of my friends tried it.
Well, back up a second. How did you make it? Was it one of those accidental discoveries? Or I always say everything happens for a reason, but I mean, what were you just one day, it was like this, you were like mixing sour cream and sauerkraut, and all of a sudden you said, hey, wait a minute, I just put this on my arm and it feels a lot better? Oh, what happened? You explain, just enlighten us.
Over time, being in a back brace when I was younger, I had tried different stuff like lidocaine patches, and I tried like menthol and stuff like that. Well, they just came up with CBD isolate. And so I started using CBD isolate, and I started thinking, well, if this is going to work, but I also remember menthol helping a little bit, and the lidocaine patches. What if I got lidocaine cream, menthol, and then I took the CBD isolate and I mixed it all together? If I mixed it all together, that's bound to help somehow, right?
Wow.
Because, you know, if it works a little bit here and it works a little bit here and it works a little bit here, if I put them all together, then maybe it'll help.
Wow.
So I started with 2.5.
John Soccer's got nothing on you. That is amazing. That is so cool.
I started with 2.5% menthol, and then now I've actually got 10% menthol in the cream. So it's actually stronger, and it's helping a lot of people because it's penetrating down deep into the muscle. Or if they have nerve damage, then the lidocaine part helps, but the CBD isolate helps a variety of things.
Right.
And I mean, that'll help alone just
What exactly does that stand for, by the way?
The CBD isolate is actually a part of the marijuana plant. And you have your you have your THC, and then you have your CBD, and the cannabinoids, they don't get you high, but they have a property in them that will help with pain.
What an education. I used to use weed all the time, and I never knew this much about it until tonight.
It's coming a long ways, and it's helping a lot of people with seizures and with pain and a lot of struggles.
Cool. That is amazing. Yeah. And now it's legal, so you don't have to worry about getting busted for making it up in your house.
Right, definitely. And I mean, the CBD part of it is legal anyway. Trump passed that, and now Maine has, and you guys have passed marijuana too.
Down in Massachusetts, right? Yeah.
So that's helpful. And I actually have it in a store in Gardner, Maine called Northern Lights.
Right.
And it's doing pretty well there. I have some customers that come back that ask for different containers because the containers are too small and they're using it up so fast.
Wow.
So, I mean.
You sell it online at all too?
Yeah, definitely. I sell it online. I've sold it to people in Florida.
Wow.
Actually, I traded it to a guy in Florida, and we did a trade so we could go to Orlando Studios.
Wow,
so
is that right? That's incredible.
That was pretty neat. We had a nice little trip down there.
Of course.
And then, was able to use that just by selling the cream. So not only have I helped other people, we've gotten able to come back to like help ourselves in a way.
Of course.
But the main goal was to help my grandfather. My grandfather's a hard worker. He's one of my best friends. He works out in the garage almost every day.
Even now when he's in his 80s, right?
Oh yeah, he's in his 80s and he's a wicked awesome man. So I wanted to help him be able to at least sleep at night so he could be in the garage and do what he wants to do every single day.
That is so cool. Wow. And pretty soon you'll probably be doing an infomercial for your stuff.
I hope so.
Then you'll be bringing it with you.
Well, I actually was talking to a photographer the other day about doing a commercial. So
there you go.
I did a photo shoot for a pain cream for myself the other day, and that was pretty interesting. But I've done other modeling stuff in Florida. I worked for an agency down there called Mannequin, and that was out of Jacksonville. And I have a friend down in Jacksonville who we go see, and probably when I go down this year, I'll do an event. When I was down there, I did a Redken event for a hair show.
Oh, I know Redken.
Yeah.
Sure, because my father used to be in hair supplies years ago.
Oh, really?
So I used to work for him, and then years later we sold wigs by mail order, and it's right here in West Bridgewater. I mean, this is Easton, but they moved it. Easton, well, next door is West Bridgewater, and we had the shop there, and then they moved it to Easton. And I think now it's back in West Bridgewater, but. It was pretty successful. The Redken was the stuff that they used to treat it and condition it.
Yeah, they're a pretty good product.
They are, I know that, yeah.
So I went to a show, and they had 150 girls, and then it went down to 100 girls, and then it went down to 50, and then it went to 25, 15, 10, 5, and then 1. And I made it to the top 15.
Wow. This is your modeling, right?
Yeah, this is
awesome.
This is the modeling, and this is in Tampa Bay, Florida. This one I was down in Florida.
How long ago was this?
A couple years ago.
Okay.
So, and then after when I moved back up home, I started doing other things. Like I started working for a promotional modeling agency recently.
Okay. In Maine?
And they're actually out of Massachusetts.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a clothing line,
Sure.
and it's called No Luck.
Okay.
And
I've heard of them.
basically, you make your own luck.
Okay.
And you work hard.
You make your own which?
You make your own luck by working hard.
Luck?
Yeah, it's
called, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, it's No Luck Apparel. That's what
I see what you
the
mean.
clothing line is called.
It's kind of a play on words.
Yeah, and you make your own luck by working hard.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm doing with the show, I like to think, but okay.
Well, if you want to go anywhere in life, you got to work hard.
Exactly. You got to stay with it.
Keep doing what you want to do to make you happy.
Right.
That's what I want to
do. You got to be creative, and you got to stay with it, and you got to take your lumps too every now and then. It's not always going to be gravy every day. Sometimes you're going to have bad days too.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that feeling. Unfortunately, we all do. But I always say everything happens for a reason, and I think eventually we reach the pinnacle of success that we set out to achieve if we persevere. And obviously, you have. And
just like today, I've been sick the last 4 days, and I finally made it here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, oh.
Because you rose above that. You're stronger than the illness, and you know that. And I think a lot of this. Listen to that rain. My goodness.
I know, it was pouring down, coming all down on my hair and everything, and I'm like,
Hey, listen.
Gonna look like a drowned fish by the time we get here.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's good, but it's good. I mean, you want to talk about a good act of nature. Rain is necessary.
I like rain. I like to hear it when I go to sleep. It puts me right to sleep.
Exactly. It's the most peaceful sound there is. Exactly. That and doves cooing. And up where you live, and of course you get bears running around too.
Moose, right?
Yeah, they're not so peaceful, but leave some food out for them, and they won't bother you because you'll starve because you won't have anything left. But tell me about growing up in Maine, though. I mean, that's where you grew up, right?
Yeah, my whole life.
Right, your whole life. You don't have a down east accent, so that's. How about your grandfather? Does he?
Nope.
Really?
We're all just from southern Maine.
Southern, okay.
From South Hiram.
Kittery, around there?
No, well, no, not really. Kind of like an hour and a half back.
I think of southern Maine, I think anything south of either Kittery or what's the name of that town that I actually did a commercial up there, Biddeford.
You got another guest.
Oh, hey, don't hurt him.
It's a
How do you like
bug.
that? We got a little bug on the table.
Stink bug.
Yeah, that's what rain does.
No, we can't hurt him. It'll smell the whole place up.
We don't want to. Yeah, I know. Well, I love animals. I mean, you know, we're looking at this creature right here crawling along, and I say to myself, we can't all be beautiful. I mean, dogs and cats are sweet and cuddly. Bugs aren't so sweet and cuddly, but they don't have a choice about being what they are. So we just let them be. I would never hurt. I don't like hurting bugs, except in self-defense if I have to. If I'm getting ambushed by mosquitoes, then. Sometimes, you know, but short of that, I really let them alone. You know, sometimes if I have a moth or two flying around my house, they're not going to live long anyway. The lifespan's about a day and a half.
Growing up as an only child, I was raised on a farm. We had a lot of pigs that we raised, some cows. I did the sports thing, played basketball, softball, field hockey.
Okay. Yeah, you look athletic.
The tomboy thing,
yeah,
you know.
Okay.
We grew gardens. Like my parents taught me, just because you're an only child doesn't mean you're gonna get everything. You're gonna work hard for what you have.
Okay. I still wish I was an only child at times, but I'm not anymore. I did used to.
Yeah. I wish at times I had siblings, so it wasn't just me so much against my parents, or me if I'm doing something alone. But I had friends.
Sure you go.
I had quite a few friends, but they were in a different school. I got bullied a lot when I was younger, and it wasn't always easy. It wasn't just like, oh, Crystal walked right into the modeling thing. No, it was actually pretty hard. When I was younger, I was told I would never be a model. People were rude. They were just so awful in school. I can't even begin to explain how awful it was. And bullying then was bad. I can only imagine what it is now.
Right, I know that. Well, I was bullied too, so I can concur.
Yeah, but look at you now.
Exactly. Living well is the best revenge, as they say. No question about it. And look at you now too. I mean, look what you've come. So when was your first modeling gig? How old were you, and how did it come to be?
I was 21.
Okay.
I had a casting call in southern Maine by the York area, actually,
York,
in that part.
Area. Yep, York Beach.
And so I did a casting call, and this was, again, there's two different types of modeling. There's a promotional modeling, and then there's actual, I call it modeling with an agency. Like when I was doing the promotional modeling, you get $15, $20 an hour, and you help, like at car shows, you help do an apparel line, you help do stuff like that. Or you do, like you work through mannequin, and let's say you make $400, $500 that day, they're gonna get 20%. You know what I mean? So so there's two different types, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I started with the promotional modeling because that was the thing in Maine. That was the thing around here. There's no modeling agency in the sticks of Maine that you can just, hand them your portfolio. We're not in New York City, you're not in Florida, you're not in California,
Right.
And so I started off in a promotional agency, and I did that. And then I did that for like a summer. It wasn't my thing, so I started doing my own thing, and I started just doing photo shoots.
Okay.
And I'd get paid for photo shoots after so many. Like I had, obviously not going to get paid after your first gig. You got to get a good portfolio down.
So you pretty much represented yourself too, right?
Yeah, for a couple years.
Wow.
And then I took off to Florida for a year.
Okay.
And that's when I joined the agency.
Wow.
And even though I'm back here, I talked to them this summer. Look, he flew off.
I like it. Good. So he can fly. I wish we could.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And they said that when I come down again this summer, if there's a couple gigs and it fits my profile, like 5'9", tall, you know what I mean, whatever, then boom, I can plug myself right back in there, and they'll take the 20%, and I can still go off and do it.
I can tell. Listen, by the way you're talking, you were so good at selling yourself. And that's pretty impressive. I mean, here's the thing. I interview a lot of models, and a lot of them start really young, and 21 is young, but I'm talking like children sometimes.
Yeah, my parents would let me. I asked them to start me when I was younger, and they're like, "No, we're not going to pay for anything."
Exactly, that's my point. Because when you do it as a kid, you got to pay. You got to pay people to work. You got to pay the photographers. You pay everything. You're getting paid. That's the difference. You're making it.
Well, I started with a couple photographers that had never shot models, so we worked together. And then I worked with people that have shot models for years. So I had different types of photos in my portfolio.
Right.
And then there were photographers that had saw my portfolio, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'll pay you to shoot with me." And so like, it's just different things, you know. You just gotta put yourself out there and you gotta try. If you don't try, then what's there to lose? You know, they're gonna say yes or no. So you got 50% either way.
Right. Exactly. And if they say no, there's plenty of other
Something
people,
else
plenty
to
of fish
do.
in the sea. Right.
This world is so big. People give up all the time, so easily, and there's no need for it.
Do you ever think of becoming a motivational speaker in addition
I thought
to everything
about
else
going
you're doing?
to different schools to talk about bullying and stuff like that.
Well, that's definitely important. Yeah, I mean that's a very important topic because the reason it's so prevalent now is because of being online. So many people do it. You can do it online now. You couldn't do it online when I was a kid. You grew up in a little different time than I did. I'm 59, so.
But we just got the internet in 7th grade, so we didn't have the internet all before that. 7th grade internet came. So I was like right in that mid,
you were right
you know
in the start of it,
yeah.
right, yeah. And then, you know, chat rooms and all that stuff. Yeah. But now you got Facebook and all that, so, I mean, it is too bad that people do that. It's
good to have Facebook sometimes because I can sell my cream and I can, you know, a lot of people can see it.
Well, I couldn't do what I do without Facebook.
At the same time, when my boyfriend and I first got together for a whole month, I turned off Facebook and I had a flip phone. And I tell you what, it was so fun and so awesome because it was quieter.
A what phone?
A flip phone, like one of those. I don't know, the phones you had when I was like 16, a flip phone, you flip it up instead of a smartphone.
Okay, what does it do? What's the difference between them?
All you can do is call and text. You can't go online, you can't do anything. Just those little $15 phones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So why did you go off the online? Why were you not online for that month?
Just to have time and privacy. This was before I started my cream business because I didn't start it until probably last year.
Okay.
Been probably almost a year since I had started. And when I first started it, you know, you got to get the consistency of the cream. I'm not just going to walk right into it, you know? So like the first time.
You pretty much do it all yourself, too. You don't have people working for you, do you?
No, it's just me. My boyfriend helps me, you know what I mean? But he works at Bath Iron Works overnight.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so it's hard for him to do a lot, and he helps me as much as he can, and he's an awesome man. But at the same time, I do everything else pretty much by myself. I don't have any employees, and it's just, you know.
Now, your parents are probably pretty proud of you, though, after all these years, right?
For the most part, it's hard because my mom, where she's a teacher and stuff, she's tried to stay a little bit far away because of the pot and where the CBD comes from the pot.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, they're proud of me. You know, I'm a pretty hard worker and I'm a go-getter. So.
Yeah, you're everything they dreamed you'd be. Well, that's important, you know. Well, on the other hand, I've accomplished so much. My parents couldn't give squat about it, to be honest with you.
Why?
Yeah, that's just the way they are. What can I tell you? But sometimes, in a way, I think that kind of motivates me to do better too. Because it's aggravating, especially not, this late in time in my life. But at the same time, it makes me think, hey, you know what? If nobody cares what you're doing, just keep doing it more. They can't help but notice it eventually.
Well, my parents, they both own their own business, so if they didn't want me to start something on my own,
you're definitely the mold that they created. So they should be delighted. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, we have a pretty good relationship, my mom and I actually, and my dad.
Now, you don't have any children of your own, do you now?
No, nothing. I have a dog and a cat, but besides that, that's it.
I had 2 cats. I have no pets now. So
I just turned 28, and I kind of have the motto with, I want to do what I want to do. I want to live my life, and I don't want to be 20 years old having a baby and trying to figure out my life and take care of a kid.
That's smart. That makes sense. It's better to, I mean, you can't just go, there's no way you can go into having children lightly. You got to absolutely know it's for you and that you're willing to make whatever sacrifices that are necessary.
I love kids. Like, my boyfriend has 2 nephews.
Okay, I have 1 nephew.
Oh, yeah?
They live right here in Easton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty cute. I actually just got them both in a magazine and called All Eyes magazine, and they're only 3 and 6.
Okay.
So
wow.
they're pretty good. They had a photo shoot last summer, and I took the photos and submitted them, and they got in.
Well, speaking of that, do you do any of do you do photography as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have a photography company called MC Photography.
Okay.
And I started.
MC?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Why not CE or Crystal Eastman?
Because it.
What does MC stand for?
Mia and Crystal, my dog.
Oh, I got you. That's why we ask these questions
Yeah.
on top of time. Okay.
Because back then I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, and it was me and the dog. And so we were taking pictures of kids in Florida, and we were taking pictures of mud runs in Maine.
Wow.
And I have a really good camera, but then I wanted to get more back into the modeling and then the acting, and we can talk about the acting.
Go ahead,
for a
talk about the
second.
acting.
Yeah.
We haven't got to that.
So I just started with J.R. Fortin, and he's a man. I'm pretty sure he was on here as well.
He was on my show, but not here. We're in Rainham, next town over.
Yeah.
And he was Okay, so talk about that's going really well with you because he's doing great now.
Yeah.
Between his books and his Amazon sales, which is through the roof. And his film the new thing he's doing now.
I like him because he's such a go-getter.
He is a go-getter.
Boom, boom, boom.
And he has
He's got
5 kids
children.
too.
Yeah.
I know he does. I know. He only had 4 when I interviewed him.
Yeah.
He had 1 since then.
Yeah.
I interviewed him. I'll tell you I interviewed him September 9th of 2015. And I got, you know how it happened? His wife was reaching out to people, asking them to like his website, and she reached out to me, and I said, I'll do more than like his website. I host a TV show down in Massachusetts. Have him come down and I'll interview him. We got over 2,500, 2,600 views for that show, and we're still getting them. Yeah. 270 likes on Facebook too,
wow.
Which is
that's a lot.
It was, yeah. So it's obvious when you interview someone like him and like you too. That's what's going to create the more success for the show. Yeah. For me, from my standpoint.
Definitely. So I'm starting acting with him a little bit. I've only done 1 scene so far, but it was amazing. I had a lot of fun with all them, and I'm going to go back to do my next scene coming up soon.
Now, is this a web series he's doing? I saw a little.
This will be on IMDb as well.
IMDb, but you were asking about that too. Now, as far as you know to this point, you got no IMDb credits, right?
Right.
Okay, but you're going to have one tonight because you're on my show. Which is great, and that'll get you started.
And then along with Justin too.
Exactly, right.
Then I'll have 2.
Absolutely right. You'll have 2, and then the more films you do. Have you ever looked into being enrolled with NEMG? You know what they are, New England Models Group. They're in New Hampshire, so they're sort of halfway between. They're in Manchester, New Hampshire, on Commercial Street.
I haven't heard of them.
Well, you might. I don't know about Boston Casting. You ever talk to them?
I've heard of Boston Casting. I haven't talked to them.
Well, you should. I'm thinking if you're going to do acting, you should definitely try to network yourself around these agencies, because what will happen is if you got if they can send you emails, they'll email you projects that you might fit the mold for, and you can do that. And NEMG is legit. I didn't think they were at first, but I went up there and they give you a screen test. If you model, that's even better because they can put your profile in there, and if there's something they've gotten more people that I know work.
Cool.
And they're right up, and they're not in the sticks. I mean, Manchester, New Hampshire is a city.
We got to go back through that anyway, so
right.
that's like
I don't
part
think they'll
way.
Be open tonight, but I'm just saying you call them.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's part way back. So like you said, it's
right.
not
It's right. So
all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I live probably 75 miles from there, and I'm still. I don't think they're gonna get me any work, but that's okay because I'm happy doing this.
Well, you don't know. Never know.
Well, I know, but the last time I was there was 10 years ago, so I get a feeling it's probably not going to happen. I'm not, because I've had extra roles in 2 major films myself. Yeah, so.
I know I saw a casting for a little lady, 60-something years old, and I'm like, oh, my grandma should get into this one.
Well, you know what? If you sprayed your hair gray and put a little wrinkle cream on your face, you could probably pass for an older woman too. But right now, you're happily doing. You do anything? Speaking of athletics, do you do anything like gymnastics? Anything that's physically taxing that you have to be in good shape for? Or you look like you're in good shape. Do you work out at a gym at all? Do you work out at all anywhere?
Not really. I just kind of keep myself motivated. I have a lot of health problems, so
yeah, I know.
I try to either. I try to go to the gym, and I try to do stuff like that.
You are a member of a gym up there.
But no, we just moved, and we bought a house in Maine.
Okay.
And there's a gym actually right down the road, so we were thinking about joining it.
Okay.
So.
All right.
But I'm pretty fit as it is, so I kind of just keep myself moving. I run around with a dog, You know,
Yeah, right. You must have nice place. You must have nice walking trails up there.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
I like to go for runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes
jogs
and stuff to keep myself active. But as far as like lifting weights, I have a really bad hand because I got a hand injury at work.
Okay, but that's not. You don't have to lift weights to stay fit. I mean, there are other things you can do as well.
Definitely. And I eat healthy too. You know what I mean? Like I eat really healthy. So.
Right. Yeah, no, I can see that. That's that's impressive. That's very important.
And water. You have to drink a lot of water and raw milk. I love raw milk.
I'm a vegan, so I drink almond milk every day.
Oh, that's good too.
I eat a pound of chocolate.
My boyfriend loves almond milk.
Almond milk's delicious. My favorite brand is
dark chocolate.
No, Blue Diamond.
Do you eat dark chocolate?
I do every day with my first smoothie.
That's good.
It is.
It's good for you.
It's healthy, right? It is, and it tastes like you're eating sinful, but it's not. It's self-serving, so that's the important thing about eating like that. And I do. I love what I eat. I love being a vegan, and I never felt better in my life. I feel like I could live another 36 years, and that's basically all I need to live. I told you that on Facebook because that'll make me 95, and then I can cash in my chips. The way I look at it, if you get your longevity, even if you accomplish nothing else, that's important in and of itself. So all right? So here we are, early in 2019. What does your year look like from this point on? What are your plans for the rest of the year or going forward?
Well, my plans are to obviously be on the show with you, give my credit with you and Justin, and work with him a little bit more to open up my acting because I've got a lot of modeling experience, and I'd like to do a lot more acting because I did acting in high school.
Right, but that's why you got to get involved with these networking.
Well, I have added myself to a bunch of groups, and I've been starting to branch myself. I've talked to a couple of people. They said, hey, we always need, different types of people. We need girls and certain people on set, so I'll kick your name and your stats down, and boom. So, I mean, I've started networking a little bit, but it's all in, getting yourself out there.
It's true, and you will.
So I feel like my plans are I'm going to have my cream in some more stores. Because another thing is I started with the CBD. If you use CBD cream just by itself with the CBD isolate and just shea butter, you can, it'll help with eczema and psoriasis too.
Okay, we were talking about that, right.
And so my plan is to help more people that have really bad patchy skin, and that's one thing, to get a little bit more product out, but keep the pain cream going and put more of the pain cream in some of these other stores because it's going out of style at the store it's in now.
That's amazing. How many stores do you have it in now?
Just one, but I can't keep up with it. So if I can keep up with it, fill that bin, and then get to another one and fill more, then fine. Like I said, it's just me.
Are you sure you're never going to have to hire anybody?
Eventually, but we'll see.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Because if you're that productive and you're that successful, then in all likelihood, if you're going to expand that much, you may have to get a staff going.
Yep. And then I'm going to go to Florida in April, so I'm going to try to do a few events down there through my agency.
Right.
And then I have 2 photo shoots lined up.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to take my cream down there and try to take it out and put it in different.
So right now you're basically doing the north-south route from Maine to Florida.
Yep.
So are you going to branch out west at all?
Yep.
Eventually, too?
Eventually, I've got a friend in Washington and...
Washington State or Washington, D.C.?
Washington State.
Okay.
We went to Washington, D.C. for the first time this past year, and
cool.
That was pretty.
Yeah, of course. Went to the stop. Did you see the White House?
No, we skipped that.
You did? Okay.
We went right to Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, okay.
And then, what was it?
Washington Monument?
The Washington Monument, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I love the Washington Monument. I did a project on it when I was a kid.
Let me ask you something. You do music at all? You ever done any singing, dancing?
I
Talk
did.
about that.
Okay, so I played piano for 10 years.
Okay.
And then I was in a group at church, and we did chimes. And what chimes is just big, huge piano keys, basically. And we all stand in a row. We go ding, 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 ding.
Instead of having the clock chime every hour, it's you. Yeah, I get it, right? Yeah.
So I was in the chimes group. I was also in a singers group.
Okay.
And I burst out doing everything. You only live once, so.
That's right.
I want to have fun. I want to help people, and I want to live a good life.
Me too. Well, guess what? We're down to the last couple of minutes of the show.
Awesome.
Not to believe we made it go. So what I'm going to ask you to do real quick is just give a few shouts out to people that are going to see it, condense them, and then we'll wrap it up. Because a lot of people are going to watch this show.
All right.
So go ahead.
I'd like to shout out to my grandparents. Thank you so much for helping me and everything that you've done for me. I hope that the cream helps you, Papa, and I hope that you liked watching the show. My parents, thank you so much as well. And my boyfriend, Dale Peasley.
He's right there.
Along with his awesome nephews who are going to be raised up to be two handsome, great boys, Nico Walker and LT Walker. I love you all a lot, and thank you.
Okay, well, on that note, I hope you had fun with me tonight.
I did.
And I hope we covered, your life basically as best we could.
And the drive was worth it.
The show was. She came a long way and pretty quick.
About 3.5 hours. Woo!
Exactly. Yeah, great investment in time and wheel spinning. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching Top of Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time. Take care. Ready to jiggy with it?
Woo!
All right, here we go.